Oh, it's a late night chicken stream. Oh, who could have guessed? Oh, she played us. She played us, everyone. She posted on Twitter, oh, hey, I'm going on a little bit of a break until my life gets so blah, 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 blah. And then she's back. She's back. She's back for a small chit-chat for you guys. Ciao everyone, I am Ciccino Katterina, I am the meerkat of VNU Entertainment, and I am also treasurer of the AAA Club, Generation 5. And here I have Matcha with me. For those of you who have been here before, hello, welcome back, lovely mercenaries and mare dogs. And for those of you who are new, welcome to my channel, I'm Ciccino. Unfortunately, we are going through a little bit of a rough patch because Ciccino has some stuff going on, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. It's not going to be anything like scary, I promise you. So the thing is, if you were there for my last Zatsu, when it came to serious stuff, then I am a meerkat who prefers to deal with her problems first, and then announce them. I will usually say like, hey, I need a little bit of time, give me a little bit. And then once I have at least a layout figured out on how I'm going to solve said problem, then I open up about it. Because it puts less stress on people who are listening, and it gives reassurance that, hey, like, you know, Chiki's gonna be alright. Because then overwhelming someone with a lot of stress is just, it's not good. It's not good. It's just a little something that I learned about when, I guess, discussing hard to talk about issues, you know? Anyway, let me just, you know, break the ice a little bit. Before this stream, I was really hungry. And then Papa got a bag of bread from the store that just opened up around here. And they were like a bunch of little, like, you know the little buns that sliders usually have? Well, he got a bunch of those. Me matcha. I think Matcha needs to go out as soon as stream started. Oh my gosh. Come here. Oh, never mind, false alarm. Come here, Matcha. And I decided to eat a bunch of those. And obviously, when you eat bread, what happens after? You start getting thirsty. So, I went over to the fridge, and I see Papa also got 2 big jugs of apple juice. Like, big-ass jugs of apple juice. Everything is going smoothly. Everything seems fantastic. Like, oh my gosh, I am greeted with this great big tub of apple juice. Mind you, this is like 20 minutes before stream started. I want to just try pouring some in the glass, and then I take it out and I get ready to work. The lid's not screwing off. The lid's not coming off. Cheeky doesn't have a lot of arm strength. So, what do? This might seem a little drastic, but I grab a small knife, and then I start trying to trim, like, the little edges, you know how, like, when you're unscrewing a cap, how it has, like, those little plastic portions that are stuck to, like, the bottom piece? And you have to, like, break those if you want to open the jug? Yes, loosening it. Well, the lid and the plastic part were so close together that even a little knife wasn't doing anything. So then I go back to using my hand. And then I try unscrewing it. So I have very delicate princess hands. And what happens? Well, my hand ends up, getting a burn and also tearing a little bit. So it's a little embarrassing because, you know, usually when it comes to opening jars and jugs of juice and things like that, I always ask my papa. I'm okay. It's not anything big. It's just like, it kind of burns right now. So then gotta wrap it up, obviously, and, you know, like, but then, you know. And, Uwu most vile. I love your username, by the way. Delicate princess hands. My delicate princess hands are doing good. It just needs a little bit of healing work. Oh yeah, I tried to use a towel, but even that wasn't working. And then next, I'm just like, you know, to hell with this. And I'm not gonna bother waking up Papa to try and do this because he is busy sleeping. He needs his rest. Papa needs his beauty rest. So I grab a large serrated knife because I am frustrated. My hand hurts. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all the way. I go over to the juice that I have been fighting with for 10 whole minutes at this point and I start sawing because this knife is huge. I just start sawing at the lid. Around the lid, not downwards, don't worry, around. I still need to be able to screw the cap back on somehow. And then I manage to not get it open still. You thought I was gonna get it open. You thought I was gonna get it open by then. I didn't end up opening the apple juice. Oh, this bottle is plastic. This is a plastic jug. Cheeky, I got a question. What's your question? I saw you said that you were Shadow Milk Cookie, but then your username says Gigi the Gachapon. So you tell me which name I can call you. Oh, Sue, if I'm waking you guys up, please don't feel like you're obligated to attend or anything like that. If I'm keeping you guys up, you guys should get some rest if you really need it. Bald milk cookie. Bald. So I never ended up actually getting my I never ended up getting my apple juice. It really does suck. But you know what? I think we got experience. I think we genuinely did get experience. I ended up going for the cranberry juice anyways because Papa had done me a favor and he thought I was gonna drink that one first, so he left the cap unscrewed on the new cranberry juice. Gotta love Papa. Yeah, so, you know, it's what it is. It's quite the way to start a stream, am I right? Normal Shadow Milk Cookie. Shadow Milk Cookie is pretty cool. Cookie Run Kingdom is crazy. I personally like Candy Apple Cookie. She is so cute. Big Apple Crusade. Oh, kill him. I'm kidding. Apple juice is really good. So let's discuss what's happening because I feel like I owe you guys an explanation, and this conversation is probably going to be a little bit of ups and downs. You know, we're gonna kind of go back and forth a bit. If you have duct tape, you can wrap it around the cap and pull it the tape. Oh my god. Hand cam stream. Cheeky tries to open apple juice. It's time, bros. It's time, mercenaries. Come on. I cannot do a hand cam stream of me opening jars. I will cry by the end of it. So, the main thing that's happening is Cheeky's moving. Chiki is indeed moving. Now, why that's happening we'll get into a little later. But, the main thing is Papa and I are going to be perma roommates for a little while. Until things, sort themselves out. It'll technically be a small move. So whenever Chiki does move, I've had to, the last time I moved, it was a few years ago, but, the thing was, I don't really keep a lot of my furniture and things like that. I tend to give it away to either my neighbors who really need furniture. I don't know if you guys use like any apps or things like that where then they give away furniture for free, and for like students who are boarding and things like that, or students who are going into college and need to save money. But I tend to do that sometimes. So Chiki only really has clothing, some personal possessions, and her pewter to move. Good old Craigslist. You can't go wrong. Sometimes I like to scroll through Craigslist, or, what's it called? Yeah, Craigslist. I was gonna say eBay, but I'm like, no, they don't have that on eBay. But they have, puppies on Craigslist sometimes, and then I like to scroll through the pictures of them. It, soothes my brain at night. I love me some little barbers. Well, continuing, since we're moving, I figured we could, do a little something while we're just here yapping with each other. Give you guys a little visual context. Chiki wants help. Hang on. My mouse fell. No. Yes, Papa is helping me save a lot of money. Obviously, I'm still gonna help out where I can, because for those of you who don't know, my pa is retired, and he's, on a fixed income. Oh, Papa. But good on him, though. He gets to stay home all day and play video games with me. Are you an Egbird? No, I'm a meerkat. Hi, we had an understanding, exclamation point. How are you? Are you new? Yes, Papa is going to be my perma roomie. We're going to play Elden Ring together. And then now, the possibility of him being on stream is more likely than ever. I mean, he's already almost, bumped into me a few times when streaming. Are you gonna start streaming with him? Maybe. He just has to follow some rules that he's not really used to. Like, for example, he can't say my childhood nickname on here, because I will die of embarrassment. Papa's old though. Oh, please never call him old on stream. He will die. Whenever whenever someone always talks to him, like, oh, Papa Katterina, you know, you're so old. Have you thought of a community center? And then he shut himself in for the next week. Yeah, so be nice to my papa. I was thinking for a fun little activity today, we could come up with ideas on how Ciccino should decorate her room. So I'm currently in the guest place right now of the house. Age crash, how it goes crazy. Yes, it does. I was thinking, yes, choosing out what Ciccino's room should look like. Because I'll be having to invest in at least a bed and a desk for my good old stuff. We need a functional yet stylish room, I'd say. Yeah. How big of a room are we working with? It's It's decent sized. It's about average. Hammock? Hammock. I like the sound of that. Have you heard of those reading hammocks, by any chance? Hang on. Let me find a base. Empty room. You guys are probably going to hear me typing a little bit. Yeah, this looks about to be my room size. Chicken blank room. Alright. And then we'll put this right here. Alright. So here's what we're working with. This size is about good. Let's get a bed hammock. Or a library hammock, my bad. Or is it called a reading hammock? Reading hammock chair. Yes! You see, I've always wanted one of these. That way I could read my lemons on here. Do you have a window too? Yes, I have one window in here. If I did, I keep it closed most of the time because if I open it, it's like, my room catches a lot of sunlight. I try and keep it closed where I can. It's not like I really have any plants in here. I have one outside my room. It's a snake plant. Adorned with pictures of Chiki. I would say pictures of matcha. Open window, swarmed with bees. Okay, we'll put a beehive after we put the reading chair hammock. And I gotta follow protocol here. I need to do what the public wants me to do. Image hammock. I would say this by the window would be quite fancy. Yes. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Looks really good. Yes. Let me make sure that this actually doesn't cover up the. There we go. That's better. That's better. Underneath chat. Underneath chat. A bowflex in the corner. It's kind of crazy because we have a bowflex. Papa wants to get rid of it, but oh my gosh, hang on. Oh my gosh, he's gonna die if he sees this. Oh jeez, can I flip this? Yes, I can. Alright, we'll put the hammock facing over here. Move it into the room for a bit. Finally, a cheeky bulwark. So, aside from that, Chiki got accepted into school, if you guys didn't see my tweets before. So I've been busy with interviews and discussing things with the, people who are helping me with my, financial aid, gathering my scholarships, which I've been acquiring like Dragon Balls over the years. Yes, Chiki's finally going into STEM. Oh boy. I can say technology, can't I? Yes, technology. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, STEM degree, chiku. I'm not gonna go into more detail than that, unfortunately, because I probably gotta check on how much I'm allowed to say. Because in giving specific majors, let's just say I'll be working with pewters. Wink. Oh wait, I can't wink. My phone doesn't work right now. But you'll never guess what Chiki managed to get her hands on. Potentially a full ride through school. Flex on him. You were in pewter right now. That is a good point. You see, the reason I'm going to school is to actually exit your computer. That way I can join you for a picnic someday. In the real world. Yeah. Gotta use... You didn't hear this from me, but... Think not of what you can do for the government, but what the government can do for you. Oh no, it means the world to hear that you guys are so supportive, considering that, like, you know, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm gonna have a lot more time on my hands now, so I figured, since I'm not, like, focusing on, you know, work, the wage cage, and, trying to, juggle, you know, the usual bills and expenses, then I could start going to school and focus on my VTubing in the future. It'll be very beneficial. The two tie in together. You'll see. Yeah, hunting scholarships is tough. Chiki's little sis is currently looking to get into a school. And, she may or may not be attending a very prestigious school. She's leagues smarter than Chiki was. Like, during her high school years, she was doing, like, freaking high school and college at the same time. Because she was so gifted that they were like, hey, if you want to get it out of the way, we will literally wipe your debt, like any debt that you would incur during these years, and then, you know, allow you to keep those credits. And then she was like, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to Ciccino Katterina's little sis. Yeah, my family is, very smart. We just don't really make very, wise decisions sometimes. Exhibit A, the tweet I just posted about Papa. But yeah, my little sister is, looking to get into a prestigious school. She's applying. She's already got accepted by a bunch of schools right now. They're all fighting for her. And then, I'm just, helping her manage that on the side. Because, the thing is, like, it makes me, like, want to cry. Because my sister and I are very close with each other. But, she specifically wants to go to one school, not just because it's really good, but because it's right next to my place. And she wants to stay nearby. That way I could go with her to, like, pizza places and help her out through college and show her adult life a little bit. So I'm really honored, and I'm just really, like, nervous about being, like, the whole, like, big sister role, like, oh, I'm gonna teach you everything. Oh. Hee hee. But then we're also working on making sure she can manage it all. So Chiki's been doing that on the side. I've been dedicating a few hours where I can to try and help her hunt for stuff like scholarships and taking the load off of Mama Katterina and Papa's chest, you know. Chiki-on-ness unreal. Yes, I have 3 younger meerkat siblings. They're all sisters. I I currently yap with every one of them. I currently tell them like the details. For all I know, they could be watching stream right now. But that is irrelevant right now. I don't want to call them out on the spot, but they tend to stay up late, past the times they should be. Is Papa Meerkat a bit depressed about no son? No, Papa has had his fill of sons. Mostly because he before I came around, it was always my older cousins who were all boys. All my cousins, I have never had a girl cousin. Before me, I should say. All the cousins that are older than me are all male. And, that probably explains a little bit of my humor. But, well, also Papa's a huge exhibit A of my humor. But, I was raised around mostly boys growing up, until my sisters came along. Unfortunately, I am one of the guys. Yeah, lovely meerkat family. Papa had helped out with the families and really wanted so this is actually going to tie into what we're going to talk about a little later. But, Mama Katterina was, born with something where she thought that it would be impossible to produce a baby meerkat like myself. So, for the longest time, Papa Katterina really, really wanted a child, right? And then Mama Katterina was always like, unfortunately, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. But then one day, Mama Katterina found out that they were doing research into said health problem. Because this is like 1990s type deal, where she started attending the lab. And they started doing further research. They started putting her on some different experimental drugs. Don't worry, it had passed the basic test, so she wasn't like risking anything huge. And, well, she was losing hope for a little bit, and then it all turned around, because suddenly things looked up when she found out she was pregnant with me. And, I popped out of the womb, and then, Papa's been overjoyed ever since. Yes. But, yeah. And then ever since then, Mama has, not had any trouble with what she thought she would never have, ever. She popped out 3 more, so I mean, big ol' happy family, you know? All little girls, and Papa couldn't be happier. Gosh, I feel like I was leading up to something, but then I forgot what. Yeah, Mama's always been real happy about that, you know? But, gosh, I wanted to continue off with something. My train of thought is like all over the place, you know? That's why I sometimes have notes. Currently, during the moving process... Oh, main topic somehow related. But yeah, no son, ain't no problem. Papa's always just wanted a kid. And it's really funny because after every one of us started growing up really fast, then, my Auntie Katterina, she had a daughter. And then my Papa relived the memories all over again. Because they were our neighbors for a while. And then Papa's just always been attached to girls. He's a girl dad. Very big girl dad. Very big softy. But also, in a way, kind of raising us to get into a lot of boyish hobbies, if that's what you'll call it. Like, Mama Katterina stopped him a lot of the times because she was like, "No, I don't want Ciccino doing any of that stuff. She needs to go in gymnastics, and she needs to do ballet," and things like that. And then Papa would secretly, like sneak me away, and then be like, "Hey, Ciccino, let's play Halo." And then, he would show me, like, these cool animes, and then he would also trying to get me into football. 'Cause he made me sit down and watch him play Doom. And I didn't understand it, but oh, I can't talk about the team that I choose because I might start some wars. It might also reveal some info, but wink. He did want a little tomboy. And then Papa also wanted me to get into boxing like he is, so then we the Bowflex. The Bowflex will come in handy. But yeah, I ended up getting into boxing when I was younger instead of following Mama's dream of me doing ballet or gymnastics. And then, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm talking way too much. I whenever it comes to talking about my parents and all that, I love them to dear death. So then I could just yap about them all day. On top of that, Mama was especially against introducing me to any kind of firearms. But then Papa wanted to always take me to the firing range. That way I know how to put a cap in someone's head. I'm kidding. YouTube, staff, don't listen to me. Don't listen. But then, he wanted me to be able to learn how to shoot some firearms. That way I would just always be prepared, you know? In Minecraft. Gun. Unfortunately, Mama is highly against it, and like, if you make her pick up a gun, I'm walking out this door, and things like that, so. Only Nerf guns. But yeah, he also inspired me to join woodshop. That way I would be able to, just know about tech, coding, how to make blueprints, how to work with, dangerous machines and things like that, just in case I ever... Unfortunately, I am a welder. Unfortunately, I know how to weld. I have witnessed someone chop their own thumb off before. It was not pleasant. VTubers be damned, my girl can do some welding. I have watched someone chop their thumb off because they got too trigger happy with the saw and the automatic stop on it. So, yes. Yeah, the table saw. Oh, forklift certified, I wish. The year before I was about to learn about car mechanics, I actually got transferred to a different high school, so unfortunately that never came into being. But a girl can dream. At least I know what the blue jellyfish stands for in the car. I'm kidding, I don't have my license yet. Don't tell anybody, I'm scared of driving. I'm really scared of driving. I never want to drive. Driving is so scary, you guys. I've seen it half go before also on table saw. People do not pay attention. It was less about paying attention and more about this one guy doing it on account of a dare. And he wanted to see the table saw sensor. He wanted to see it stop the saw. And he wanted to prove something. I don't know what, but he wanted to prove something. The only thing is, the dumbass chose the wrong saw. He wasn't even in woodshop. He didn't know which... Sorry, I'm about to curse. He didn't know which saw to use. Oh well. Check this out. This is totally safe. It's really funny because the one with the sensor was on the other side of the room. Anyway, it's... Yeah, Chiki wants to be free, but she can't. You know. He's weird. The thumb was Frank. Rip him. It sucks because I know he played sports too, so I would have really liked if he could continue that, but I think he needs thumbs to catch a football, no? I don't know. But, gosh. Yeah, Papa's great. But, obviously we gotta get to the not so great parts of, what I gotta talk about today. Gaming career over. No! The not so great parts. Why Chiki is moving. So, I really don't enjoy talking about this, personally, because I like you to see me as Ciccino, the character. You know? Silly meerkat girl. With funny antics, good banger tweets, and also funny stream. Oh no, it's, I feel like it is good to communicate. That way we have an understanding of what updates are gonna be starting to be put out, and just... It was advised that I try and communicate with you guys, because I tend to be a little bit vague about what's happening, you know? And I just never want it to be like... I never want you guys to feel bad, or feel like... How to put this? Like I'm squeezing out pity and sympathy, because for the majority of my life growing up, that's really what a lot of people felt, you know? Whenever they heard about this, it was always just like the same old story, you know? Like, oh, I feel bad, I hope you feel better, and, you know, it was alright for some time, but then now the time is finally here where it's like, gotta deal with it head on. Though, we'll get it out. So, when I mentioned about Mama Katterina, and how she could not have children, well, I'm not gonna go into specifics, but, Ciccino has her own array of health problems. Because, unfortunately, well, she was able to, luckily get her health problems solved. They were passed down to me. So, I think it's come to a point where it is affecting me sometimes. Because, like, Ciccino's out cold for like a week, by the way. Like, sometimes I just won't stream for a week. You'll notice that happens sometimes. But the thing about it is, I want to actually handle it now. I've decided to move back in with my papa, because he has begged me to try and handle this, you know? And try and been like, hey, you know, it's time to really just work together. He's wanted to fund this and try and see what we can do in order to make sure that I don't have a hard time like my mom did. Because Mama was in a lot of pain until she took on that labs offer, I should say, because they did offer her compensation for her efforts in order to go through this process. But yes, I do have an amazing dad. And so I really just wanted to express to you guys that I'm very thankful for your patience. And the good news is, the doctor's appointments that I've had up till now, well, let's just say that it's going swimmingly. They say that I just have to possibly start off like on easy mode, deal with the early. I feel like, should I go into this much detail? I'm always so like iffy on how much I can say. But to say the least, it is being handled. The doctors, there's far more information on this compared to how much there was in the 1990s. And they said it is totally doable that if in the future Chiki ever did want to go forward with anything else in the future, then it wouldn't be a problem. But then first we're just gonna deal with the painful parts of everything and manage those first and foremost. That way I can at least lead a like a painless kind of lifestyle, you know? I'm really appreciative. I'm really grateful that you guys are listening to me right now, because it was hard. And at age 15, I had to get a check because Mama communicated with me that if I didn't get seen now, then things might get worse. So then when I first got my checkup, then they told me there was like little chance of things being solved, you know, because they wanted me to go on a certain medication that Mama didn't agree with, because it had very long-term side effects that would show up later on in life, unfortunately. So they told me if I didn't hop on that medication, then it was either the side effects or the effects of the sorry. Going through all this, it just feels like, you know, like I probably should have dealt with it earlier, but I feel good getting it off my chest now. And please don't please don't feel like you have to be so sweet to me all the time. It's honestly like, you know, yes, born to be a VTuber. It is nice to laugh about it though, because sometimes I just want to laugh about it. Because while it does suck at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a lot happier just with you guys seeing me as Ciccino and not like bedridden Ciccino. You know? Like, I've been dealing with other stuff as well when it comes down to like, you know, obviously I'm not gonna, Papa is very insistent on making sure I am taken care of here. But then obviously I feel super bad, so then I do stuff on the side. I do online work, for those of you who don't know. But I do want to contribute because my sweet little other dog is being babysat somewhere else, and I need to have her shipped over here. So we're working on getting Mocha the meerkat over here again. So that way the matcha and mocha can be reunited. Isn't that nice? Oh, thank you guys for being so sweet to me. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm being cringe. Ugh. I'm being cringe. Shake it off. I think in the long run, things will work out, and things will be better. Yes, please tell me dad jokes. Please, make banger tweets that I can look at. I really appreciate you mercenaries, and I'm gonna try and get content out there. I'm gonna try doing streams. Unfortunately, they might just be later streams because I don't know how much I can do right now. I've already informed staff, and staff is so sweet. And all my lovely gen mates and senpais are being so nice, even though there's it's a sad time with Spectra senpai announcing graduation. And I don't know. It's things will look up, and everything improves and gets better, and everyone's just being very supportive and very sweet during this time. So I really appreciate it. I will make sure that we have a good 2025. I got my appointment in April for meeting with a doctor as well, who can consult me on next steps. So I'm very excited. Yippee! Finally gonna handle this, Waking up from the cringe. I gotta stop being cringe. But hell yeah, you know what? Hell yeah. Also. I think Papa has actually agreed to join me for something indirectly. Damn bro, crying, cringe, take this. There's tears falling down my cheeks, so I'm trying my best to steer it to a subject that'll make me that'll make those tears soak back up. My eye sockets will soak those tears back up. I think Papa has agreed to play Helldivers with me, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy right now. He's never played Helldivers, so we both are in for a learning experience. I think everything's gonna be great. We can dive together. Hell yeah. Exciting times. Well, I really don't want to end it on a sad note, so why don't you guys tell me? Or actually, I can tell you. How many of you actually caught up with the Ireland story? Ireland. Yes, Ireland. Ireland, in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Hush. Wink wonk. The Drunken Lance. Cool. I can just tell that story again, and then we can move past the sad parts. So Chiki went to high school her last year as a senior, and she transferred high schools. I had to go to a different high school, but I was new there, and then I really got along with my English class. Like, they were sweethearts. I went into a hardcore English class. Advanced placement. Fuck. I can't believe I can't remember the name. She's lacking in the IQ right now. And then everyone there was super sweet and super supportive. And we saw our teacher once. Like, maybe for like a week. Before she was like, hey y'all, I'm going on my maternity leave. Like, I'll see you guys later. Cause then she was like a bubble ready to burst. Like, she was about to give birth. And we obviously want to be supportive and be like, hey, go take care of that baby girl, you know? But, oh, Ubu Most Vile, I hope that you have a good night. And you have a paper due. Gotta get her done. If we can help out, let us know. But I hope you sleep well, okay? Good night. But yeah, so, English class. Our teacher went on maternity leave, and then we got a really cool substitute teacher. I don't really know what to call her, other than her real name, so we'll just call her Miss A, okay? So the Miss A was very supportive of us. Was very supportive, very on top of everything, but very loose at the same time, because we were the well-behaved kids, you know? Like, we were obviously, like, getting through everything with flying colors. But, Miss A had a trip that she was going to take after. Because, once our original English teacher got back from maternity leave, Miss A was gonna go to Ireland. She was planning on attending school there. Like an extra schooling program for her English literary skills. And then we were like, you know what? Hell yeah. And we were very supportive. But it seemed like whenever she would talk about it, there was always like an undertone of something there. And listen, Chiki's not the best at reading people, but I can definitely tell when something's there. The tone just wasn't right sometimes. And then it could be for like a number of reasons. Because my classmates were always talking to me like, you know, she seems really nervous about Ireland. And then we were all just like, maybe she's just nervous for like the culture shock, or maybe like something else is on her mind. Maybe she's not ready to be apart from everything. Maybe she'll just miss us. To say the least. There was one day where we would just shower her with gifts on the times where we knew everything was drawing near. We would shower her with, like, travel gifts. Like, oh, hey, Miss A, we're getting you this travel pillow. Oh, hey, Miss A, check this out. It's a carry-on. We will all compile our money together in order to make sure that she had everything she needed in order to have a good and successful trip. Because we don't know how long she was going to be abroad for. 2 extra years? Probably. But, I could obviously tell that she was, like, super happy with us, super attached. Until the day came where she had to go. Except our teacher wasn't back from maternity leave yet. She had left a note on the whiteboard saying how much she appreciated us, you know, and that she knows we'll succeed and all that. And then at the very end, it's like super ominous. Don't quote me on this because I can't really remember how it was phrased, but it was something along the lines of she knows what she has to do. And then we were like, oh, Miss A, she's going for that education. Go get it, girl, you know? Substitute teacher secondary substitute teacher, I should say, Miss B, we'll call her. She can't answer any of our questions that we were all like burning to figure out, like, oh, why'd she leave early, you know? Oh, is she doing all right? Can you give us any updates on her travels? You know, did she did she make it to Ireland? Or, you know, just everything along that lines. Substitute Miss B, she couldn't answer that. She couldn't answer that at all. So then she just said we'll have to wait till our OG teacher gets back. OG English teacher eventually comes back. And then she says, hi class, and all that. She's like trying to ease up the tensions. She's catching us up on all the work that we gotta do. She's saying like, oh yeah, you know, like I haven't really gotten to talk to much of you guys, but then I heard you were such a good class and all that. Someone out of nowhere is just like, hey, we thought it was like a little bit weird how like we haven't heard anything about Miss A's trip to Ireland. Like, what's going on? Because no one had updated us on anything. And then our English teacher sighed and then said, I knew I was probably going to have to talk about this today, but I don't think I'm ready to. And then she was like hesitating and then just feeling guilty about it all. And then we were so scared because we thought Miss A, like she had gotten hurt. Like her plane had crashed or some shit. Like we were all terrified for Miss A's safety. Wrong-o. Our teacher explains to us, like, she says, I'm technically not allowed to tell you any of this. And you need to keep this all here, but I can tell you the vague details of it. And then we were like, what? Well, to say the least, Miss A was hunting someone down in Ireland. And she had used school in order to get access into the country for that long, in order to enact what she needed to enact, without having, I don't know what her thought process was. Yes, actual crime. Listen. Miss A had some sort of grudge or vendetta or anger towards someone who had run away to Ireland. And then I guess she was like, they found out that she was like hunting them down for a long ass time. Yeah, Miss A for assassin. And she wasn't any extremely assassin looking person either, like someone who looked like she could kill someone. Like she was a very I don't know, she seemed like a very gentle lady who was very composed, elegant, you know, seemed like she wouldn't hurt a fly, in other words. Obviously I don't know her stats on strength, but I feel like even if she could launch me out the window, then she was still she gave off a very calm, motherly demeanor, so I don't get it. Yeah. Anyway, there was some stuff I did leave out of Twitter because obviously it would sound too out there. But supposedly it was an ex. Supposedly she was hunting down an ex. So, perhaps married? I don't know. Keyword is was, yes. How did they discover this? I believe that... So, between you and me, I think they got a little too suspicious. Either... like, hypothesis and theories here, going off of it, educated guesses. I genuinely believe she did end up going to Ireland, and then got a little too, trigger happy with things. That ex must have done something, right? Because ultimately we didn't hear about this till later, and Miss B didn't know anything, so I mean... I think she got a little trigger happy with her plans, because her exit plan, supposedly, was to dip out and fly back to the States as soon as she had finished. So I'm not sure. Anyway, why she used the school in order to try and enter the country and not just take a vacay, I think she was planning to stretch it out a bit longer. To build a case for herself. To have witnesses. To have alibis. To plan it a little better. In order to, love how you're telling us this, Zowie. This is too good to not have out there. Plus, I'm not in high school anymore. It's not like I have to keep this to myself. Now I can tell people. Plus, I don't think you're gonna find it easy to look any of this up. Cause I tried looking this up forever. Didn't find anything on her. True crime podcast with Ciccino Katterina. Cheeky not in high school. Real. Cheeky college arc. Yeah, the whole thing is that I suspected that she was ultimately going to have a fake alias, that she faked a lot of things in order to get in the school, that investigations were done on her, that, she went above and beyond, clearly, because things just kind of weren't adding up. Because obviously if, like, the school actually has, like, your real information, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Plus, you know how easy it is to, like, forge that stuff these days? It is so easy. But, you know. Hopefully Miss A is not in chat with us. Me too. I hope she's not here either. I knew someone involved in a murder. In the first 10 years, it was easy to Google, but after that, it was hard to find. Yes, they always bury it. Unfortunately, how much am I allowed to say? Cheeky went to school with somebody who didn't murder anyone. Didn't murder anybody. That's kept on the teacher's range, but the student, he was a football player, and he usually had, like, a limp, you know? But, the reason he had that limp was because, he had actively been involved in stopping his mom from being stabbed as a young boy. And then I guess, like, his leg was, like, forever injured, because, like, it couldn't be necessarily, like, how to put this? Like, how did he explain it? Like, the tendons didn't heal correctly. I guess that's how to explain it. The muscle. It was still, like, damaged and stressed. Yeah, but the good news is that the reason why he was able to even do that was because he grabbed on to the guy's legs who was trying to attack his mom and kept him steady and still. And even while he was under those stressful circumstances and being attacked in like every way possible, he did not let go. He didn't let go because he wasn't gonna let anyone touch his mama. And then it gave enough time for the mom to scream for help outside and contact the neighbors. And immediately the police were alerted, and the mama got to escape, and she didn't know if he was even gonna make it out of there, and it breaks my heart, but Mama knew what she had to do, and she knew she had to get out there and call for help, you know. But I don't know. He was a really upstanding guy. He definitely deserved every piece of luck and recognition that he got for that action, you know. He did a real service. Yeah, I went to school with some pretty good people, you know? Yeah, he did have a small limp, but then he was still able to play football like a pro. I was really shocked at that. His walk might be a little off, but then he could run. Bro could run! I'm glad we could end it off on a good story, because I do have to ultimately get some rest. Yeah, my first school was really nice. I'm really happy that I had the experiences that I did and talked to who I talked to. They were all lovely. I do wish sometimes that I could relive it, because Cheeky didn't get to go to prom. Cheeky was barred away. Instead of going to prom, it was kind of just... I swear, this is not like... Since you guys now know that Cheeky has a little bit of health issues, you can now know that Cheeky was barred away in the doctor's office instead of attending prom. But it's calm. Prom was traumatic. That's okay. Maybe we can have a prom stream where we can all awkwardly talk and play 2016 best hits. While we have the ballroom, the disco ball shining in the air. And then we have like the spiked fruit punch. And then I could even make like a clip-on outfit of like the brightest colored dress that I can find on the internet. Busted dance movement track, meerkat style. Meerkat community. That being said, mercenaries, I think we'll be ending it here, because it's time for me to get some shut-eye. But I figured it was a good time to sit down and explain, since nighttime is usually the time where I'm calming down, you know? Not really doing as much, not really stressed about much. A good time to talk about tough things. And also it was important to get this chalk out of the way. And thank you for listening to me, thank you for being understanding, and I will see you guys as soon as I can. Keep up with my Twitter. Come see what Papa Meerkat and I are up to. We're gonna be chilling together. I mean, my doctors know I'm a VTuber already, so I'll keep you updated on them too. Alright everybody, I will catch you guys later. Please get some rest, okay? 8 hours, remember. 8 hours. Drink water. Eat food. Eat a good breakfast. Good night. Good night.